The circle graph shows the results of a survey on daily internet use at Highbury High. A total of 1,200 students were interviewed. So here we have 1 to 2 hours is 22%. We have 3 or more hours, that's 42.5%. We have less than an hour, that's 52 degrees. I'm sorry, 54 degrees. And here we have 2 to 3 hours. Now, what they want us to determine or they want us to calculate is the number of students who use the internet 1 to 2 hours daily. And so that accounts for 22%. So if they want the number of students who use the internet 1 to 2 hours daily, we have to say 22% of the total number of students, which is 1,200. Now 22%, we have to represent that as a fraction. So it's 22 over 100. We bring down the multiplication sign, and so we have 1,200 over 1. Next, we multiply. We have 22 multiplied by 1,200, and that gives us 26,400. And we have 100 multiplied by 1, and 100 multiplied by 1 is 100. And so we divide these two numbers, and when we divide these two numbers, we get 264. So that means that the number of students who use the internet 1 to 2 hours daily is 264. Okay, next we have to determine the degrees of the sector representing 42.5% of the students. So we have to figure out the degrees of the sector representing 42.5% of the students. And that's gonna be this one. And so we have to figure out the degrees of the sector representing 42.5% of the students. And so since we're trying to find the degrees, we have to take 42.5% of 360 degrees. Now of means multiply, and so we're gonna be multiplying. We take 42.5 and we express it as a fraction. So it's 42.5 over 100 multiplied by 360 over 1. Then we multiply, we say 42.5 multiplied by 360. And so we have 42.5 multiplied by 360, and that gives us 15,300. And then we take 100 and multiply it by 1. And 100 multiplied by 1 is 100. Finally, we take 15,300 and divide it by 100, and that gives us 153. So that means that the degrees of the sector representing 42.5% of students is actually 153 degrees. Okay, let's move on to the next question. It says, determine or calculate rather the percentage of students who use the internet less than 1 hour daily. So less than 1 hour daily is right here, and that accounts for 54 degrees. And so what we have to do is we have to take 54 and divide it by 360, and that gives us the fraction. 360 because angles around angles in a circle add up to 360 degrees. And so we have 54 divided by 360 multiplied by 100 over 1. So we have 54 multiplied by 100, and 54 multiplied by 100 is definitely 5,400. We have 3,600, we have 360 multiplied by 1. That's 360 multiplied by 1, and that gives us 360. So we divide, we have 5,400 divided by 360, and that gives us 15. And so that means that the percentage of students who use the internet less than 1 hour daily is 15%. And that's the answer right here. Next, we have to determine or calculate the percentage of students who use the internet 2 to 3 hours daily. All right, so we have to find our percentage. Now, what do we know about it? Well, what we know is we know that this is 22%. We know that this is 42.5%. And we just figured out that less than an hour is 15%. And so that means that this is 22, this is 40, this is 22%, this is 42.5%, and this is 1.5, and this is 15%. So 22%, 42.5%, and 15%. And we know that all of them together must add up to 100%. And so what we do is we take this sum We take this sum, 22, 42.5, 15%. We take this sum and then we're going to subtract it from 100%. And so when we do that, this is going to be 100% minus 49.5. I'm sorry, 100% minus 79.5. When we subtract, we get 20.25. So that means that the percentage of students who use the internet 2 to 3 hours daily are 20 point. And so that means that the percentage of students who use the internet 2 to 3 hours daily is 20.5%. And that brings us to the end of this lesson, the end of this question. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.